renew right now as Chris Kongo joins us. Chris, this man should be in the International Hall of Fame, and I'm going to start the campaign again tonight.
Of course, keep saying that, mate, and you ain't done
it.
I'm going to get Chris. I'm going to get Chris to
I'll join
you after the program.
60 years old, still handsome. And earlier he was telling us before you got here, Chris, that he could have beaten up Jarrell Miller at the Day of Reckoning back in December.
I'd have beat him. Chris would have beat him. His coach would have beat. You're his coach, right? Yeah, he would have beat him as well. Twice on Sunday.
He's had 2 bars of chocolate already, and he's on top form. And he always needs his chocolate at this time. No, he's a legend of British boxing. He and I used to do a show on talkSPORT a long time ago.
We did the first ever
Fight Night shows together. Yeah, it's a long time ago now. So we're kind of celebrating tonight, but we're also celebrating you rising again on Easter Sunday, if I can say it like that, after more than a year out of the ring to defeat your bitter rival. I don't know if he's a bitter rival, but certainly there was some grudge in that. Florian Marku on points at the O2 Arena. Yes, you won by unanimous decision, 96-94, 96-93 and 98-92 after 10 rounds. It was his first professional defeat in his 15-fight career. You got cut to the right eye early. Tell us about the experience of it and the big crowd, and you were co-main event, and just tell us about the night and how it felt.
I mean, it felt good, you know. Sorry, my voice is kind of gone. I don't know why, but
emotion.
Everything. It felt good. Everything we done in the gym, we had drilled everything down to the ring walk, down to his crowd, down to him doing certain things like pulling up his shorts. He's not ready then, so I punch in them moments, and everything.
That's Lee Wiley and Ben Davison thinking there, isn't
100%,
it? And Barry Smith, of course.
Of course. And we had a great training camp, and I'm just happy to get the victory.
Isn't that called focus when you're looking at those movements? It's like you being focused on what you do best and what they don't do best, and that's a strategy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's called breaking down the opponent, which is what he's done, which is sensible. You look at what the other guy does and you look how you can capitalise on that. And that's precisely what he's done. That's why he's got the victory. That's why we're talking to him tonight, not the other guy.
Yeah, for sure.
No, Chris comes in even if he loses. He don't care.
I'll come in whenever.
No, he doesn't care. He's never beaten. Do you know that?
Yeah, I know.
Kongo is never beaten.
Never.
Yeah. No, I do know that about you. You're a very cool, colourful character, and there's a lot more inside you to come out, I think. And it's a pleasure to have you on tonight. And
thank you.
Can I be? You might think this is a strange comment. I made it on air on the night when we were commentating on your fight. Howard Foster stopped you holding at one point, and I think it did you a favour. Is that a weird thing to say?
No, I mean, at that moment he said,
in about the 4th round, wasn't it?
Yeah. He said, "Listen, any more holding, I'm gonna take off points." So I think then was a time where we had to be smart. But what's good is that he wasn't really good working inside, but one thing we done, just in case, we had it in the locker anyway. We worked on that in the gym.
But then you completely outboxed him when you weren't allowed to hold anymore.
Of course.
Then you took over in the fight.
So was that part of your plan? Was that part of the strategy? Or was that part of just the whole part, what you was trying to do? Was you 100%. Hurt at that point when you was holding?
Never.
Or was that part of the strategy, your strategy, to tie him up, mess him around?
Of course.
In the fight.
Because we thought you was going to come in strong and want to work inside and want to keep me there. So
you're just trying to nullify what he was doing, break him up on the inside, 100%.
Right? We said, if he does come and you're on the ropes, give him a bit of traffic, take it away, get underneath, turn him back to your boxing.
So if you did it again, would you need to do that again?
Probably. Well, it's there if I need to.
Okay.
You know?
Now you change tactics, champ.
Of course,
listen, he's listening in now. Trust me. All right, he'll be listening to this. If you're saying you're gonna, if you fought him again and you're gonna have the same tactics, you need to be ready for it. So you just switch up on him. Do you see what I mean?
We'll be ready, and we'll definitely switch it up.
Let me ask you a question, champ. So you said there was a bit of inactivity, right? 12 months, you said.
Yeah.
13,
what was going on then?
13. I mean, just trying to get fights. You know how hard it is.
Yeah, sure.
Coming off a loss.
Okay.
You know, no one wants
to
answer the phone.
A very close loss to Echo Esserman.
No one wants to answer the phone.
Split or majority?
It was majority, yeah.
Okay. Very close fight.
It's just one of them ones. But why I believe the performance was good was because during that time, I didn't go away from the gym. I kept on working.
Yeah, sure.
So I had nothing going on, but I was still training like there was a fight coming up. So that's why I'm able to perform at that level. And now I've had the activity, and what's good is that now you're only going to get better performances because
sure.
I'm
You've got to
active.
stay active.
You
You have
know?
to stay active. You've got to
For
stay
sure.
ring sharp, right?
Definitely.
You know that. And,
Definitely.
listen, all your hard work and dedication will pay off. You need to get out as quickly as possible.
Of course.
Once that swelling's gone down, you've got to drive your promoter mad and get him to get you out again.
No
Definitely.
stitches. Is there stitches?
No
or not?
stitches.
No, that's good.
So
That's
it's good. It's good. You know?
So you were telling us that you haven't really gone out much since you've just kind of sat back and relaxed.
Yeah.
Is that because the body did need to recover, and because you've got the swag?
Of
you
course.
like to go out.
Do I like to go out now? Not as what I did when I was young, but I think now I'm thinking about longevity in a game. So it's all about relaxing. I've had my massages, been to the spa in my house, just chilled out and just letting the body proper recover, So, and that's what I've done. And then Monday, I'm back in the gym.
You got to live the life.
Go, Duke, go.
Yeah, you got to live the life. You know that, and what you're saying is you're starting to live the life. You can't party when you're training, right? And you hear some guys would make.
Well, I say party, I mean going out and just enjoying a little bit.
You
being
can't
out
do
in
that.
the open air.
You
being
can't
out
do that.
like, no.
No, you can't do that. If he wants to be number one,
is this
if he
late
wants to
for
be
you
number
right
one
now? Then
and
9:51.
a world champion, not just a British, a European, or a Commonwealth, then he's got to live the life, which means you don't go out on your birthday. You don't go out at Christmas. You make the sacrifices. You have no sex for 3 months.
Yeah.
You go to bed early, 6
hang
o'clock.
on a minute, steady on.
No. But these are the things. These are the things you have to sacrifice
Steady on.
if you want to be.
That's
Of
not
course,
number
if
one.
you wanna be
You
number one.
didn't do that.
3 months.
What?
Three-
Are you talking about the sex now? Yeah.
Three months. Every fight I ever had.
Like a gladiator of old.
Gladiator role in bed.
I thought it was 10 weeks, not 3
listen,
months.
If you want to be the best, if you want to be the best, you've got to sacrifice.
I hear others that like it on. Anthony
gotta
Joshua likes
sacrifice.
it on a Friday
Yeah, but
before a Saturday fight.
Let me tell you something. That he's pulling the wool over your eyes.
Right, Megan,
course.
the key now is how long does Kongo wait?
You know what?
Keep that to you, Chad. Listen,
I keep that to myself.
We got
Keep
6
that one
minutes
down.
to break.
Listen. When I started this year, I said I'm going to build habits.
Yeah.
I'm going to stay away from women,
That's it.
focus on my spirituality, which
Okay.
I have. So I ain't touched one woman this year, and we're in April. And I
So
feel
you've done the 3 months, so
I
you're
feel
fine. So you can
I
go
feel
back
a
to
lot
it now.
sharper in
Yeah.
my mind.
But
I feel a lot
No, I
sharper,
get you.
more
No, the lucidity,
energetic,
that makes sense.
and I'm on point.
So you don't go out because you don't want to fall in love, then, yeah?
I mean,
listen, it's not about
there's a
him
time
falling in
for-
love.
there's a-
He wants
there's a
to-
time
one
for
day
everything.
He wants to be called a bona fide world champion.
I know, I get it.
100%.
So
I'm-
if you
I'm-
make the sacrifice, it's going to happen for you. Because
No
you know what
doubt.
happens is, if you mess around, you go out, you party, you do this, you try to do both. You try
What
to burn
you
that
never
can.
did in your 20s.
Never. You
So
talk
did
to
you
three
wait
time
till-
world. You
but
talk
did
to
you
a
wait till
three
your
division,
30s to
a
do
three
it then?
division world champion.
Were you the Playboy of London in your 30s?
Never.
then?
No, the Playboy of Croydon, not even that.
No.
No, you couldn't take. Listen, I wasn't going anywhere or doing anything I wasn't supposed to be, ever.
I don't
you
believe
see it
you.
like this. If you
It's
read,
not what I've heard.
Jan, listen, don't believe the hype. What I'm saying to you is, when I came in here this evening, you said to me, "Why do I look so good?"
Yeah,
right?
you do. You look
60 years of
fantastic.
age,
You look
right?
fantastic,
I'm not
yeah.
a player. You got to live the
Yeah.
life. If you want to be number one, you got to live the life. This young man's got every opportunity to become number one if he lives the life.
definitely.
He's got
And
the
you
skills,
look
got
at
the
look at
ability
Ricky
and the drive
Hatton
and
in his
ambition.
book. He said Floyd Mayweather beat him because stayed in the gym all the time. He was out in the pubs with everyone. So his career wasn't
Yeah.
as long as Floyd's.
But bad habits, yeah.
Bad
I know.
habits,
I
of
covered
course.
that entire career, and he used to balloon up to. Once he got to about 13 stone, he realised he needs to come back to 10 stone,
No
and
doubt.
it did weigh on him, and it has affected his body. I mean, genuinely, I'm joking with you as well here, but
Of course.
let me take it another direction, which is what I was kind of going towards. First of all, is when you've had success like you had last weekend,
Yeah.
in this modern world of ours, Duke, where you know when you were boxing up to 1998, papers were very big. So if you got an article written about you, it did, millions
Yeah.
of reads. But on the mainstream news, there were
Yeah.
only 3 or 4 channels then. These guys now, they need to put themselves out there a little bit.
course,
I meant it in that way a little bit. Like, did you go out in the community afterwards? Have you done
he
more
set
social
himself
media?
as a product, as a
Yeah,
brand.
no, it's in that
to build
way.
the
Is that
brand.
important for you at this stage as well?
100%.
And I'm fascinated about the spirituality, and we must talk about it.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I'm doing some community stuff next week with Millwall.
Nice.
So doing a lot of community work, going to the
Football
gyms.
club, yeah?
Yeah, football club. Going to the gyms and just doing as much as I can for the community, because it's the younger generation that's going to look up to someone like me, and I want them to see an example of what they want to grow up to become like. So definitely.
And tell us about your spirituality then, and is that a new thing? Has it always been there? And it clearly helps you with sacrifice and dedication to your sport and faith in what you're doing.
Of course. I mean, this year I said I wanted to focus more on God and just really take my time and understand what it is. You know, there's definitely a higher power. I believe there's definitely
there's definitely an higher force. No question.
For sure.
No
and
question.
You look at
no
all the top celebrities these days, and they're saying, look, there's definitely a Jesus Christ out there. So I'm taking my time to look into it. And
where does that come from,
really,
Chris?
Just culture at the moment, my family as well, and just...
When that bell goes, you've got nothing else.
Exactly what I was going to say.
You've got nothing else.
Exactly.
And he will be in fights where he calls on Jesus Christ throughout the fight and asks for guidance, asks for strength, asks for courage, asks for conviction, and those things will be answered. If you believe it, you receive it. And I don't want to sound like I'm preaching, but it's a fact.
No, preach. No, because it's a beautiful thing.
But, you know,
and I believe in it as well.
Yeah,
I believe in it.
I believe in it. He will find levels of strength, endurance.
Of course.
In that fight, during that fight, when it's hard and he has to bite down on the gum shield, because not everybody. It's not for everybody. Being religious isn't for everybody, but it's for him. And if it works for you, then it works for you.
But also, when you're a spiritual person, even if you have periods in your life when you push it away, it always comes back. There's always a reminder, isn't there? It might be a conversation with someone or something you see or something you experience.